Montara is a city shattered by war. Once the jewel of the Borderlands, it now bears the scars of occupation. Will you lead it into a bright new future, or only enrich yourselves? Mysthea, Legends from the Borderlands, is a game of politics, adventure and discovery in a geomantic fantasy world. You'll play a faction working in this city to repair its wounds and pursue your patron's agenda. But you'll also play a hero living in this city, getting entangled in its intrigue, culture and violence. If you're a fan of the Mysthea universe, it's your chance to experience this world in detail and make your own mark on it. If you're a role-playing fan, it's a system custom designed to tell a decade-spanning story of divided loyalties and post-war rebuilding in a beautiful fantasy world. This game is set on the continent of Mysthea, sent flying above the clouds after a mysterious crystal smashed into the planet. Shards of the crystal littered the land, twisting the world and creatures around them. But these quorum shards also resonated with human thought, and the survivors soon found that they could tap into them to perform great feats of telekinesis. Now, with the cataclysm ancient history, Mysthea faces a new disaster, a continent-spanning war between two great powers. Armies of war beasts march across the land, and quorum sages detonate great chunks of crystal to stop them. And as the war rages on, a city in no man's land is liberated from its occupiers, scarred but now free. When you play this game, you'll take on the role of a group of houses working to rebuild the city. Together, your group will define your city, describing its past glories and the horrors the occupying empire inflicted on it. You'll each build and customize your house and create a hero to represent you. Maybe you're an order of citizens devoted to supporting the war's refugees, or a foreign guild representing the mercantile interests of one of the great powers. And as for your hero, maybe they're a survivor of the long war, a veteran of court politics, a matchmaker trying to keep life worth living, or an awoken creature of rock and quorum crystal. The game takes place in snapshots of time called flashpoints. Each flashpoint dives into a time of crisis in the city, with your houses coming together in a common venture to deal with the problem and advance their own agenda. As you play, you'll move between the hero phase, where you go on daring adventures in the city and the surrounding Borderlands, and the house phase, where you decide where you're directing your attention. Diplomacy, research, conquest, subterfuge? The two phases flow into each other. The hero phase gives your house resources to spend to further their goals, and the house phase sets up threats and opportunities for your hero to deal with. When you've resolved a particular flashpoint, you move the story forward in time, maybe a few months, a year, maybe even a decade. You work through your house's changing fortunes in that time. Maybe they claimed a section of the city as their own. Maybe they experienced tragedy. Did they grow closer with another house through diplomacy or marriage? Or were new rivalries sparked into flame? Once you've set up your new flashpoint, you might bring back your hero, older and wiser, or pick up a new hero type and see how they view the house differently. And all the while, the war is rumbling on, and the great powers will not ignore this gem in the Borderlands for long. Mysthea, Legends from the Borderlands will be a rich deep dive into the universe created by Tabula Games. We're making a full-colour, full-size hardback book filled with beautiful art and details on this geomantic fantasy setting. It'll have support for RPG veterans, as well as newcomers to the hobby, with plenty of GM advice and ideas for monsters, locations and characters you can bring to your table. We've planned out 8 different houses and 9 different heroes for you to use, but we're also offering the opportunity for a few backers to work with us and get their own ideas into the book. We want to create a beautiful book and deliver it to you and to game stores worldwide. We're also making a Kickstarter exclusive deluxe edition, with a special cover and a printed slipcase. With your help, we'll unlock extra material for the book, and accessories that bring the best of board games to your table. Innovative play aids, solo play mechanics, and plug-and-play expansions that change how everything works. We're also committed to paying our writers and creators a fair wage for their work, and plan on hiring even more diverse writers for this RPG, with your help. Thanks for watching, and if you want to know more about the game, please download the free Quick Start.